Hey everybody, Pastor Jordan from First Baptist Cleveland here in Cleveland, Tennessee. And I just want to say it is February of 22, February the 1st. And man, we're starting another incredible month. You know, this month in February, a lot of people are already thinking about love. You know, we've got Valentine's Day coming up, and I was thinking about that just a second ago. This is a great time to focus on love. Not only the love we experience with other people, but really the greatest love we'll ever experience. You remember John 3:16, for God so loved us that he gave his one and only Son, and that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Man, what a great way to start this month, thinking about the love of Jesus, that he allows us to be his children, and we get to be a part of his church. And man, I'll tell you right now, our church is focused on making much of Jesus this month and every single month. We're so glad that so many of you have chosen to be a part of First Baptist Cleveland right here in town and really around the world through our extended family. And for those of you who aren't a part of our share team, I want to encourage you to share this video, share other videos that you see online, because there's a lot of people out there who don't have a church home, and we would love to introduce them to the Jesus of this church and really the Jesus that has changed our lives. And so, man, thank you for being a part of this broadcast. This is going to be a shorter video than most of our first update videos, but I do want you to know that the things we're talking about today are critical. And so lean in for just a minute. One of the biggest things that you're going to notice, even as you come back on our campus, is that phase 2, get ready for this, drum roll everybody, phase 2 is officially underway. We have been thinking about this and praying about this for literal years. And now we have officially started the demolition project in our commons. And that started yesterday, by the way, January 31st. They started doing demolition in the commons. And when you get back on our campus, you're going to notice things are a little bit dirtier. Things are a little bit dustier. But man, what a great time to kick this project off, knowing that great days are coming. I'll compare it to this. I can remember several years ago, we had a flood in our house. If that's ever happened to you before, I'm sorry, because it's a miserable process. But I can remember thinking, man, we are living in the mess for several weeks. For several weeks, they're replacing all the tile, and they're ripping up carpet, and they're having to repaint walls and redo the sheetrock. And it was a miserable process because we are living in the mess. But every single day, we walked through the mess, and we reminded ourselves that when this is all over, it's going to be way better than it was before. And that's what I want to prepare you for. We are going to live in the mess for the next several weeks. In fact, for about 12 weeks, we are going to be inconvenienced. For about 12 weeks, you may not be able to go into the entrance that you always go in or use the restroom that you've always used. But let me just tell you, this is a part of a process of us entering into a whole new phase of great stuff. Great things are coming. And so let me just say that it this way, thank you in advance for your patience. Thank you in advance for showing grace and understanding that this is just a temporary mess to get us to the place that we've been praying about for a really, really long time. Phase 2 is going to be an awesome experience. This facility is going to be transformed into something even greater. And I'm so thankful for all the people who have been a part of this process, really since its inception over a decade ago. I want to introduce you to one of those people real quick, and that's Mark Tipton. Mark, come here real quick. Hey, if you guys don't know Mark, you're missing out. Mark is a part of our church. He's also a part of our resource team. He serves on our building and grounds team. And so really since the very beginning, he's been a part of the process of planning this and praying about this and preparing for this moment. And so Mark, man, you got to be pumped up.
We are so excited to finally be here at this moment in time. It's been a long time getting here.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of construction experience. You've seen projects like this. What do you anticipate over the next 12 weeks or so on this campus? And be honest.
Well, you said it exactly right. There's going to be trucks out there. There's going to be equipment. There's going to be doors that are blocked, entrances that we can't use, bathrooms that are inaccessible. There's going to be a lot of things going on. But the cool thing about this, Jordan, is that we're about to repurpose our existing space, take advantage of what we have here, and uniquely repurpose it so that we can further our ministry opportunities right here.
Yeah. I want you guys to see some of the flyovers of what's going to be in this space in just a couple of weeks, because this is going to be transformed into several things. This is going to be, there's going to be more seating than we had previously. There's going to be an additional venue where we're adding technology and a screen that's going to allow us to use the commons for all kinds of different events and banquets and different church events. You know, that's where we have our Discover First luncheons on a quarterly basis. Last year we had 200 and something people join the church. Wow. as a part of those lunches. And so now we'll have the capacity to seat more people, and we'll have the technology to have even a greater presentation and an overall better experience in that room. It's a better use of the space. You may not realize this, but this church uses almost every single room every single day.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think, well, we just open the building on Sunday. The rest of the time it's closed down. Last year, even during a pandemic, we had over 120 different events that happened under this roof that had no connection to our church. Right. We see our buildings, and we say this all the time as a part of Building and Grounds, our buildings are nothing more than just a tool for ministry. And we like to use that tool in this community, make these facilities available. It's a front door to First Baptist Cleveland, and we've seen that transition to a lot of people coming to join our faith family. And so, man, I'm excited about it because we're expanding what is the possibilities of this building. And it's not only something we're doing just to make it nicer, we're getting ready to pair this building with a brand new building. Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, this is the first step of that. So this was a part of the original plan. When we talked about phase 2 from the beginning, everybody thought, oh, new sanctuary, new building, new outside construction. But the renovation of this space was always a part of that. So because of the cost of materials, it made sense for us to move to this part of the phase 2 first. Let's get this renovation done first. And as you said, I can remember just a few years ago, we had a tornado that hit a local elementary school just down the road from us, and they used our church for their school for an extended period of time. How cool is that for God to be able to take something like this and reach our community?
That's exactly right. So we're preparing for the future. Yeah. And luckily, we're a part of a church that God's giving great vision and foresight, and we're anticipating great things. We are planning for not just to take care of the thousands of people that we shepherd right now, but we're anticipating the thousands of people that aren't here yet. That's right. We've got to make room for them, walk by faith, and believe that God is going to position First Baptist Cleveland in such a way to make disciples and make disciples right here at home and around the world. So what does that mean for our construction time? Let me go ahead and give you some of the bad news. Are you ready? When you come on Sunday, when you come on Wednesday, there will be more dust than you've ever seen on our campus. That's true.
It is true.
There's some other things. I mentioned the bathrooms a second ago. The main bathrooms that are in the atrium part of the Commons. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, those are going to be out of service for several weeks, and we're going to have to reroute people to other bathrooms. Wednesday night supper, we are still going to have Wednesday night supper as of right now. Now, be patient with us because we're kind of in a trial period of if this is even possible. We're going to move that supper to the children's area of the Commons, which is a smaller space. So we're going to have to move people in, move people out. It's going to be a little tighter than normal, but we are still planning on doing Wednesday night supper. However, Wednesday night lunches are temporarily being suspended. We cannot do that because of our contract with the construction team. They have to have access to that part of our facility on Wednesday afternoon. The best entrance during the week is going to be the children's entrance. The covered entrance, that will be our main entrance for the next 12 weeks. On Sundays and Wednesdays, both entrances to the Commons will be open, but I would still encourage you to take that other entrance, the covered entrance, if possible. Now, as of right now, all of our parking is going to continue to be as normal, but very soon, as we move forward in this Phase 2 project, we're going to be ripping up some parking places. Yeah. We're going to have off-campus parking in the days to come, and I will keep you posted every single month on these first update videos, and we'll also mention things from time to time at church. But let me just thank you in advance once again for being patient, okay? Yes. We understand this is a mess. Nobody wants to go through the mess, but in the end, we just believe it's going to be such a great product and a facility that's going to be a blessing to our church for a really long time.
You got to break an egg to make an omelet.
Come on, man. I like that. I'm going to use that. That's really good. Mark, thank you so much.
Thank
you and your whole team. Thank you guys for all the hours. I cannot tell you how many hours these people have spent to prepare us for this moment. We're pulling the trigger on Phase 2 construction, and believe it or not, this whole thing could take years. I mean, literally a couple of years until we tie a bow on this thing and say we're finished. But this is just the beginning. This is the first part of Phase 2, and we'll give you updates on what's next and kind of the timeline as we move forward. But, man, it's exciting to see all the things that have happened.
Absolutely.
I'm pumped, man.
We are juiced. Can't wait to get it going.
It's going to be great. Thanks again for showing up, and I appreciate you giving us a little bit of time.
Sure thing.
February is going to be filled with ministry opportunities. Listen, we want to encourage you to make small group Bible studies a priority this year. We also want to encourage you to be in worship. Listen, if you have students over at the YMCA and you're going to a small group and y'all aren't worshiping together, let me encourage you, families, worship together, be in the big room with me. This is going to be the year where we really want to emphasize families worshiping together. Also want to remind you, man, we believe every person that's a member of our church ought to be giving a minimum of 3 hours a week. An hour in worship, an hour in small group, and an hour serving. We believe if you're saved, God's given you unique gifts, and He expects you to use those gifts for His kingdom and His glory. We have a lot of opportunities for you to serve this year. Mission 423 is after church. There's a lot of ways that you can serve during the week, on campus, off campus, in our local mission. And so let me just encourage you guys to make a decision today that you're going to serve this year. Also, if you do have students, we do have Disciple Now coming up this month. It's happening on February the 25th. It's that whole weekend. And so if you want to get rid of your teenager for an entire weekend for literal pennies on the dollar, this is a great opportunity, not just to get rid of your kids, but to put them in an environment where they are learning more about the Lord, making great connections with other students, and really getting more involved in our student ministry, which I believe is one of the great student ministries in America. We got a lot of great stuff happening this month. We've got some things coming at the beginning of next month. Be praying for our discipleship trip as we go to Israel. We're going to the Holy Land on March the 4th, and so we're bringing a group of about 65 people to the Holy Land. Be praying for us as we're over there for about 8 days. We're going to be walking where Jesus walked. You say, man, I wish I knew about that. I wish I was going on that trip. Well, I've got great news. We're going back December the 26th. So if you want more information about our next Israel trip, it's a discipleship trip. It's a lot. We teach about 5 to 6 different times and locations every single day. And when you come back, it will change your perspective on reading your Bible, walking with the Lord. You'll be able to see clearly when you read the Bible because you've been there before. And so, man, let me just encourage you to take the plunge, take the faith step, and make the investment in your own personal walk with Jesus. And join us. It's December the 26th. We leave the day after Christmas. We're back, I believe, on January the 3rd. And so you don't miss a whole lot of work. You're not going to miss a whole lot of school. Some of you have vacation time built in anyway, and there's no better time than our next trip. And so join me. Once again, you can find out more information on our events page. You can text the word Israel to 74784, or you can go to fbc.is/Israel. All the information's on the website. Let me encourage you to visit there today. You know what? I want to introduce you to one more person that you already know, Boogie Butler, everybody. This is Boogie.
What's going on?
Boogie Butler's been a great friend for a long time. In fact, I've had the privilege of serving with this guy for 6 years. 6 years, right?
I think so.
At 2 different churches. He was with me in Jackson, Tennessee, and came over in a discipleship role about 3.5 years ago when the Lord brought us to First Baptist Cleveland. And this guy has been a part of all kinds of stuff. He's helped us launch campuses at a previous church. He's discipled so many people. He's led Bible studies. He's equipped Bible study leaders. The Lord has raised up a spiritual giant in Boogie, and he's been a great minister on our staff. But the Lord has also transitioned Boogie's heart just a little bit in the days just recently, and I want him to tell you firsthand what he's going to be doing next.
That's right. The Lord has called me to be a senior pastor. And so I am leaving and headed in March to begin my senior pastor role.
Here we
Lord,
go.
help. Oh, my goodness. I'm excited, anticipating, nervous all the same. But you pray for us as we move back to our hometown and take over Southern Baptist Church that is primed and ready for to get outside the walls and do what we have seen and been a part of here. I just want to personally thank Pastor Jordan for teaching us, for leading us, and promising to help in the coming days as we get into what's next. So you pray for us. Thank you so much for loving my family well while we've been here and serving. And we look forward to what the Lord continues to do as He sends us out to the foreign land of Kentucky.
Come on.
Right?
You know what? It's so cool to me to see how the Lord equips people and prepares people for another season. And as much as I hate this personally, I wish I could change a lot of things and do whatever it takes to keep Boogie on our staff. I understand that if the Lord has called him to do something else, then man, that's an exciting day. And as much as it stinks to say goodbye to you guys and to send you back to the foreign land of Kentucky, man, it's exciting to see how the Lord's bringing you all the way back, circling you back to your hometown. and giving you an opportunity to shepherd a flock there. Be praying for this church. It's called 12 Oaks Baptist Church. If you want to keep in touch with them, I would encourage you to do that. Stay with them on Facebook. Commit to praying for their family as they
Please.
transition over the next several weeks. And man, it's just exciting to know that we're a part of a sending church. I believe that that's what God's called us to do. Not just to keep people and to hoard all the great ministers of the gospel, but to equip the saints for the work of ministry, like it says in Ephesians, and then to send them to go therefore. And that's what you guys are doing.
Praise
and so
God.
let me applaud your obedience and just let you know you've been a blessing to our church. You're going to be a blessing to that church. We're all a part of one church anyways.
That's right.
And so, man, put them on your prayer list and just encourage them along the way. I encourage you to reach out to them and just be a blessing to their family as they're getting ready to go. Man, it's been a great couple of minutes with you guys. Thank you. If you're still watching this, thank you for watching this. I want to encourage you to share this video with somebody else. Be an encouragement to somebody. Make a commitment to be here on Wednesday and on Sunday. And man, let's come expecting God to do something great every single time we enter these doors. God bless you guys. Have an incredible February. And we'll see you again next time. First update, March 1st. God bless you.